Hey there, how are you doing today? Welcome to Review Sesh. If you've been here before, I really appreciate you coming back to visit me. And if you haven't been here before, give me just one moment. Let me tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do. My name's Mike, and what I do is I review federally legal hemp products and devices. So it doesn't really matter whether it's a consumable product of any kind or whether it's a functional device of any type. We're going to be looking at all of that stuff on my channel. I really hope you enjoy the content that I'm making for you. So guys, today I'm going to be doing a flower review. I really can't get away from my flower reviews. I love them. I love to take my microscopic shots, and I love to share those photos with you guys. So today we're doing a flower review, and this one's coming from a new vendor. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and send it back to the previous me, and he's going to go ahead and reiterate a little bit about what we're doing here on this channel. And he's going to maybe even explain a little bit about what THCA is to those of you who might not be sure of what it is. And then after that, we're going to hop right into this review. Hang tight. I think you're going to really like this one. All right, as you guys know, I review federally legal hemp products and devices on this channel. And some of these products have THCA in the name. And THCA is one of those things that has an awful lot of people confused right now. So if you're one of those people that's confused, give me just one moment. Let me explain a little bit. I might be able to educate you a little bit about what THCA actually is. And THCA stands for tetrahydrocannabinolic acid, and it's the naturally occurring compound found on all hemp plants everywhere. Basically, it's the precursor to what we know now as Delta 9 THC. All right. So, in and of itself, though, guys, THCA is not psychoactive. You're not going to go out and eat a piece of a hemp plant and get any elevated effects. It does not work like that. It first has to undergo a process called decarboxylation. And decarboxylation may sound like a fancy chemistry word, and it's because it is, but it's very simple in principle. And it simply means application of heat. So it doesn't really matter whether it's environmental heat, just the heat of the sun, it's a hot day outside, or, we're applying some artificial heat with some flame or with an electronic heat source like I like to use. We are decarboxylating that THCA molecule, and it's dropping that A right off the end of that molecule chain, and it's leaving you with good old-fashioned THC. So, guys, I want to be very clear on this. For all intents and purposes, the THC that everybody that you've ever spoken to or has ever spoken about before this, before 2018, they have been referring to THCA, the naturally occurring compound found on the plant. All right? Very clear about that. It is basically the same thing everybody's always spoken about. But the great thing is, since 2018 in the federal farm bill, we can get all these things to our doors. We don't have to go out and, you know, deal with strange people at odd times of night, potentially go out and, waste our time at the least and risk our safety at the worst. Now we just get it mailed to us, and when you get your packages in the mail, you're going to be getting something like this. This is a notice to law enforcement and the postal service, and it just dictates what is in the package, and it does list the applicable sections of the 2018 Farm Bill that the things in the package are covered under. Very important to hold on to these guys. You don't want to get rid of these right now. They pack flat. Just hold on to them. There's no reason to throw these out at this moment. For the foreseeable future, hold on to these and hold on to any COAs or certificates of analysis that you may have with your products. All right. All right, guys. So with that out of the way, we're going to be checking out a new vendor today. We're going to be looking at Realize Hemp. This is a new vendor. I do have a few things from them, but today I'm going to be looking at one that I'm really, really curious about. It's got an interesting name and a very interesting cross, and I think you're going to like this. What we're looking at today is a sativa hybrid coming in at 26% THCA, and it is called Facewreck. All right, it's a cross of OG Face Off cross with Trainwreck. All right, this is going to be a real treat, I feel. Now, first things first, what we're looking at here is this is the Realize Hemp packaging. Very nice Mylar packaging. These did come in, I got a few packs. They did come in a box. They're not shipped in a bubble mailer or anything like that. They did come in a box. All right, so don't worry too much about these being too flat. Uh, your nugs should still be okay. Um, Now, we do have double perforated mylar, and over top of it, we do have the strain label, which on the back gives us a little indicator of what we have in store for us. So it says Facewreck, a vibrant citrus flavor with hints of lemon, rosemary, and subtle spice, paired with an uplifting sativa high. Its euphoric energy and light relaxation make it perfect for tackling stress, fatigue, or mood swings. Excuse me. And of course, it has a sample ID right there. You can scan that, takes you to the COA and all of that sort of stuff. And very, very nice packaging. This is it feels like it's embossed packaging. We've been seeing some embossed packaging in the market recently. All right, double perforated. We're going to give it a tear. And we're going to open it up and see what we can smell. Oh, wow. Mm, that does punch you in. It punches you in the face with this. I don't know. It's herbal, earthy, maybe a little bit of spice, but it's very interesting smell. And this is a 5 gram pack. All of their packs are 5 gram packs, mixed size buds. But they do look very, very healthy. They look like pretty good buds. Pretty good buds. I can see some darker colors in there. There's some purples. There's some fairly dark purples in there, but it's mixed with some nice lime greens. And density, we're at about a medium density. Does still have a little bit of stick. I can feel it on my fingers. A little stick test. It's got a little bit. All right, guys. So I'm real excited to get into this, but as usual, what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna take some shots of these, and then we're gonna get back here, and I'm gonna try it out, and I'm gonna let you know what I think about it, and we'll see what we can find out about the cross. All right, guys, we're back, and I've got some really good shots of this Facewreck from Realize Hemp. As I was taking shots of this, guys, and you'll see in the photos, trichome density is out of this world. It's got some crazy, crazy trichome coverage on it, and a lot of it is very healthy trichomes. It does appear to be machine trimmed. However, the machine trimming on it, I don't know if the industry is changing, but a lot of the machine trimming that I've been seeing recently under my microscope is quite a bit better than I have previously seen. There's a lot more in the way of healthy trichome heads that escape being, you know, smashed together and all of that sort of stuff. One of the big things that you see with machine trimming, you see the trichome heads, they become one basically because the machine smashes the heads all up, and then it's made worse in packaging and transit and all that. But I don't know. Maybe there's something changing in the industry, or maybe just a few vendors just do an extremely good job of doing diligence to make sure that their flour isn't banged up too bad. So, really, really pleased to see that. And we're going to be seeing if we got any trichomes. Oh, we do have some trichomes to speak of. We do have some trichomes in there, guys. So, I do anticipate having some trichome shots for you guys, at least one or two. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and grind up a little more just to make sure that I can collect enough on there. So you guys would have already seen those um, in the video. But here I am grinding it up so I can put it in post for you guys. Now, like I said, Realize Hemp, they send all of their packs are 5 gram packs. At least all of them that I have seen thus far. Maybe they will be adding different sizes. I am unsure of that. Didn't bother to ask when I got these, so just really interested in trying a couple of these strains. I did get 5 different strains of theirs to try, and there's a couple of them, Facewreck being one of them, that I'm really interested in. I could have probably reviewed a different strain, but Facewreck is just jumping out at me. It's something that I have to know more about, so That's the one we're reviewing now. All right, and I will put this aside so I don't forget the trichome shots. Sorry about my camera moving a little bit. Making sure my microscope is on the desk over here so I don't forget about it. Really nice grind. Now on the nose, guys, on the nose, it does have some of that pine to it. Um, it does have that lemony pine scent that it said on the back of the package. And what I'm doing now is I'm going to be cross-referencing realizehemp.com with Allbud, and we're going to be seeing what it says. Okay, so on Realize Hemp, it's OG Face Off cross with Trainwreck, and on Allbud, it is OG Face Off cross with Neville's Wreck, which is a Trainwreck cross. So it's it's OG Face Off cross with Trainwreck. When you get right down to it, it is a sativa hybrid, sativa dominant. And this is a little bit, it's 1 point in percentage higher on the THC than um, what is actually listed on Allbud. Allbud lists up to 25%, and this lists at 26%. So pretty potent. And here it says, of course, as I read earlier, hints of lemon, rosemary, subtle spice paired with an uplifting sativa high. Yum. Um, Rich flavors. It smells rich. It smells very rich. It smells like it does have that hint of spice. So I'm really, really excited to look at that one and taste it. Being sativa dominant, it's at 70-30, I believe. It's a 70-30 hybrid, I believe. Um, Being sativa dominant, it's going to help with creativity. It's going to keep you uplifted, some euphoria, general happy feelings, feeling like you need to get up and do something maybe, but happy, grinny, giggly. May relieve ADD, ADHD, depression, fatigue. Yeah, being stimulating, sativas tend to help relieve attention deficit issues. I know several people personally that are diagnosed with ADD, ADHD, and they successfully manage their attention deficit issues just with sativas. And that's very it's very impressive. Some people can do that, and really really fascinates me. I wish I could manage my issues solely with indicas, but alas, I am not there yet. Um, so depression, fatigue, it's going to be uplifting you. It's going to be raising you up. So that depression is going to wear off as you get more energized, as you start to, feel like you're ready to go out and do something. Really good. And what I was looking for when I picked this, I feel like I've got a lot more to do today. I've already been up filming several videos, but I have so much more to do, and I have so much more to post, and a lot of emails to write, and stuff like that. It's this content creation and reviewing thing can be a full-time gig. It's a full-time passion, but it can be pretty busy. Anyway, I'm yakking. We're gonna try this stuff, guys. Um, we're gonna talk a little bit about Realize Hemp. We're gonna see what we can learn about them, seeing as we have already kind of gone over the strain before I've even tasted it. Normally I'll taste it and then we'll go over the strain. I think I'm doing things a little out of order today. That's all right though. Nothing wrong with a little change. Keeps things fresh. That's why I'm constantly changing my backdrops and stuff. All right. So right here we're going to be using this piece right here. This is the Divining Hand Monster Bong from Cozy Molds. Really nice piece. I prefer to run it with a whip. It just makes it easier to sit and just kind of sip on. And yeah, it's less cumbersome that way. I really prefer it. Mm-hmm. All right, that's what it tastes very of what it smells. So earthy, herbal, pungent, piney, just barely piney, but it's got that herbal spice that I always I can't help but reference as kind of hashy. It's got that kind of herbal hashy spice to it. It's really nice. Really very nice. And the terpenes for this strain seem right on. Still learning about flavonoids, so I can't really speak to the flavonoids. But I'm getting a lot of really, really strong flavor, and a lot of it's coming through my nostrils. A lot of it is the smell. Um, as you're inhaling, as you're exhaling, it kind of, especially if you're breathing out through your nose, it kind of really just coats everything. It's really nice, and I can tell this is fairly potent. It's starting to fill it behind the eyes. A little bit of you know, blood's moving. You know what I mean? So if I had glaucoma, I would be seeing again, type of thing. You know what I mean? Very, very quick creeper. It's not quite a hitter. It's a quick creeper. You know what I mean? This thing's running up behind you, um, a lot faster than some creepers will. But it's not quite jumping on your back like a hitter. So it's very nice. I like it. So let's look at Realize Hemp and see what we can find out about them. They are out of, according to this, North Carolina. They're out of Raleigh, North Carolina. So much great THCA, so much great hemp is coming out of North Carolina. It is really like the southeast version of Cali. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that for the hemp community, for the THCA and all that sort of stuff. It's tons of great stuff coming out of North Carolina, and a lot of it's being grown right there too. So it's not as if everything coming out of North Carolina is being sourced. There's quite a lot of good stuff coming out of North Carolina that's being grown right there in the state. Really phenomenal. All right, so on here, Realize Hemp, they do have a selection of different things. You have your edibles, you have your Benjamins, and then you have your flower. We're going to be looking at all of the flower that they have in their current lineup in the course of the next couple of weeks here on this channel. I do not have any of the Benjamins, but they do have some very interesting 2 gram, you know, liquid diamonds and 4 gram liquid diamonds. Interesting. They have some amazing edibles, live resin edibles. Um, and there's some good, nighttime with CBN. I might actually have to get some of those. I love CBN. It is really great to help you sleep. Guaranteed. That's that sleepy time effect that people always talk about. They think they're hunting for THC. They're really hunting for CBN when they're trying to get that slapped out time to sleep effect. So here we have a couple of different accolades. Looks like they won the High Times Hemp Cup in 2024 and first and third place awards for Best Benjamin, with the first place being their Maui Wowie Diamond Bar, and the third place being for Best Edibles, which are their gummies, which in that case was the Strawberry Cereal Milk Live Resin Gummies. And they also have 2 first place awards from the 2022 High Times Hemp Cup, being the gummies, Blood Orange OG Kush Live Resin Gummies, formerly Pow Pow, and a drink mix, best edible, which is non-gummies, first place for a citrus mango drink mix. That's very interesting. So I mean, they've got a little bit of prestige behind them. They've been places, they've done things, and they've got pretty interesting uh, selection here. I'm seeing they also have cookies. brownie cookies. They have quite a few interesting things, and they have gift cards. They offer gift cards. Not every vendor offers gift cards. I think more should, but not all do. It looks like they also have infused sugar packets. That's interesting, though I will say that listed here, the infused sugar packets do list as D8. So, depending on how you feel about that. Me personally, I don't mind D8. I am just fine with it, especially when it comes to edibles and stuff like that. But yeah, all in all, it looks really good. Free shipping on anything over 100 clams, you know. So yeah, worth taking a look at. We're gonna go ahead and rip this larger bowl, much larger bowl. I went ahead and put an 18 millimeter joint on that, and I pulled the 14 millimeter down stem out of this October piece from the October weed box, and we're gonna be hitting it through this. Now with this 18 millimeter here, there's barely no restriction. I mean, there's hardly any restriction. It's crazy how hard this thing hits with this 18 millimeter. Mm. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, really good. Let me tell you what I'm getting with these larger hits. These larger hits, it's a lot more of that pungent earthiness, but behind it, it has that just hit of piney spice, really piney spice. And on the exhale, it just sweetens up ever so slightly. It was kind of interesting. It was almost like, whoa, is that fruit? I'm like, no, it's not fruit. It's just so sweet. The spicy, piney terps mixed together, and with that heat that I just put through it, which is quite a lot of heat. That's 580 degrees worth of heat, approximately, probably closer to about 500. By the time it's all said and done, but still, it's quite a bit of heat. And I've told you guys before that depending on how much heat and how much you draw and how far along the flower is, flavors really do change. And so, I mean, it's crazy how with lower airflow and just sipping on it, I was able to taste some of those nuanced flavors up front. But then hitting it through this thing, all of those flavors just punch you in the face. They wreck your face. They make you want to say, what? Great name for this strain. Great name for it. Because it will. It'll leave you sleepy eyed and slack jaw. So I mean my eyes are very heavy. It's a sativa, but the pressure behind my eyes and the heaviness on my lids right now feels more like that of an indica. But I have so much energy right now. It is very stimulating. I'm almost 17 minutes into this video and I'm barely even feel like I've gotten into it. Time is seeming to fly very fast right now, if you get what I'm saying. Um, very stimulating, very, very heavy on the sativa. Mm. Guys, I gotta say, I am extremely, extremely pleased for a first time try from Realize Hemp. For my first try of their flower, this is phenomenal. Um, it does have some punch. It's got a, on the nose, it's loud on the nose of what it is. And there's a couple of you guys out there that I'm sure as soon as you smell this, you'll be like, oh my goodness, man, that is so, so heavy. Because I mean, it does. You can tell it's got that train wreck in it. You can tell. And any of you guys that love train wreck, this is one of those strains to. Doesn't matter where you're getting it from. This is one of those strains to really check out because it's a nice cross. Um, I've never had OG Face Off, but I've had a lot of train wreck, and I can definitely pick it out in here. It's really, really good. Um, so, guys, I hope you've enjoyed my first review of Realize Hemp products. They're worth checking out, I think. I do have some more that I'll be checking, going through and looking at with you guys. Thus far, one in, I'm very, very pleased. It's got that spicy funk, that spicy, earthy funk, pungent stuff that I'm after. Very, very good and quite potent. Quite potent. It's got me grinning pretty well. So, guys, I hope you've been doing well. This should be the last video you see where I have this bare wall back here. Um, I have another green screen coming in. It should have been in today, but it got delayed due to weather. However, the weather looks like it's clearing up in my area, so hopefully my packages will finally land on time, and I can get back to, fixing up this area, fixing up this room, making it look so much better for you guys. Um, I really do appreciate you guys being here. If you can continue to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that great stuff. That's really helpful. If there's anything on my channel that you guys are interested in, if you're curious about any of the stuff you see here, just hop on over to my bio and check out my campsite.bio link, and that's got links to all this different stuff. Dab Hut. It's got a couple of links to a couple of Discord servers that I hang out in. So check that out. And as always, I want you guys to take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones. Keep treating every day like there's something worth going out and getting. And don't let negative things or rumors of negative things bother you too much, guys. There's a lot of stuff that we deal with in life that, for one reason or another, just seems to keep knocking at our door. I've got things going on at home that, I thought I'd been through with years ago, and they just keep popping up their ugly little head. But those are personal things, and I still have to always remind myself that as those things come back into my life, they're going to leave just as quickly. Nothing has ever these issues anyway, that I'm dealing with have ever really stuck around for any amount of time. They just kind of like thorns in my side. You know what I mean? So don't worry about all that stuff. Just keep on focusing on what you're doing. Try to enjoy what you do and try to have passion for what you do. And keep that brain active. Keep your mind active, and stay active yourself. It's when you're active and you keep yourself entertained with something. You keep yourself out of trouble. That's one of the main things. There is an old saying, idle hands are the devil's playground, and I know a lot of people that's absolutely true with. That's absolutely true. A lot of people that I grew up with that, are still to this day having a lot of problems because they are too idle, either mentally or physically. They're too idle. They don't have enough to keep them busy, so they always wind up in situations they shouldn't be in. But anyway, guys, I digress. I will leave you with that. And just think about that a little bit and keep on keeping on. And as usual, I want you guys to stay lifted. I want you to stay blessed. And until I see you next time, take care of yourselves. Peace.